Good evening, everyone. I am Jen Bordeaux, the Director of Public Relations with New Direction Family Law, and thank you for joining this evening for November's installment of Family Law Uncorked. And I am joined here today with Chris Mondragon.
Mondragon.
I've heard it both ways.
So it's a Spanish name, and it's Mondragon with an accent on the last O, but very few people can say it, so we can say Mondragon.
Mondragon.
But I will answer to Mondragon, absolutely.
Okay. Well, Mondragon sounds better, so we'll go with the way it's supposed to be said. Okay, so Chris Mondragon with Personally Fit, which is a gym that is owned by him and his lovely wife right here in downtown Raleigh. I've been there for a workout. It's a great atmosphere. And so just tell us a little bit about yourself, Chris, and about Personally Fit and how you got started with it.
Sure, absolutely. So I've been in the business for over 30 years, and I love it, and I'm fortunate. We got into our facility about 2002, so it's 2018, and we bought the building, which was really a way to help more people and build community, which is a big part of Personally Fit. I kind of got into fitness indirectly because I had been exposed to fitness through sports and stuff, and I always helped my friends get into fitness. I had worked at some big box gyms because I just liked it, but I was a terrible salesperson, but I enjoyed working with people. And I especially got excited about working with people who had never been successful with fitness and helping them create the habit of fitness. So that's kind of how Personally Fit started. I'd go to people's homes, go to some gyms. I've had a client since 1988. I have 5 other clients since 1992. My wife got certified. We have 2 other wonderful coaches, Dawn and Ashley. They do a great job, and having our facility allows us to do that. We've systemized our workouts as well as our payment system, and it just allows us to help a lot more people. But the thing that sticks out at Personally Fit, our clients tell us, is they have fun there. Because you're not going to wait to get the long-term benefits of lowering cholesterol, losing weight, if you're not having fun that day.
Sure.
They get support and encouragement from us and from each other, which is really neat to see. And besides that, they get support, they get results. And people do want results. But they're not going to wait for them, like I said, if not enjoying it that day, especially if they're a beginner and they've never been exposed to fitness. You and I like to work out. So if it's not necessarily fun, we're still going to push ourselves through it because we just know what we're going to get the long-term benefits out of it.
Sure. Okay.
So that's kind of how we got started.
Awesome. And I know one of the things, because you hear Jim, you're like, okay, another gym in Raleigh, here we go. But I know one thing that has always stuck out with me, Chris, what you see is what you get. He is always this way, always motivating, always supportive, always energetic, which is amazing. That's exactly what you want from a coach and the gym that they run. The other thing is that you guys, or you still do some house calls for clients, right?
Still have a handful of clients. They're well into their 80s. I've been going to their homes since 1992, and one guy since 1988. And you know what? They've allowed me to grow my business because they all knew each other. And this has been a word-of-mouth business. When I started, there wasn't other fitness coaches and personal trainers. It was pretty much just me and a handful of people. As a matter of fact, one of the big box gyms, I went to them and they said, that'll never work. I went to another nonprofit fitness program. That'll never work. Of course, they all have trainers now. But I've been fortunate to have some success. And I did from 92 to 2002, I was off and on doing fitness tips for WRAL. It did not really get me clients. I wish I had that opportunity now because I'm a much better speaker and I would know what to do with it. But what it did is it gave me a lot of credibility.
Okay.
So if people were looking for a trainer and they go, oh, I know who you are. You're Coach Chris. I've seen you on WRAL. So that really solidified and helped me get better. But I think one of the biggest things we've done is we've continued to learn at Personally Fit. Not just from other fitness coaches, from behavior coaches. Right? From nutritionists, from massage therapists, from yoga practitioners, and finding things that are safe, effective, that can help all our clients and help people modify their workouts if they have some aches and pains. So I get new people coming in and they're in their 80s.
Right.
I can't train them like I do someone who's in their 20s or 40s.
Absolutely.
Right.
Which I think is great because when people get older, your more mature clients, we'll put it that way, seasoned clients, they don't think that there's probably much out them aside from just going for a walk, or
Correct.
Maybe if they have a more sedentary lifestyle due to physical limitations, or some sort of handicap or something like that. The fitness part of it a lot of times goes away.
Yes.
And so you providing either a house call or such a modification is so important, and I think is lost a lot of times. So
Absolutely true. So you mentioned the modification. It's one of the things we really try to work on. Unless a doctor says you cannot exercise, we're going to try to find a way to get you a safe, effective workout. So we've worked with paraplegics, cerebral palsy, Parkinson's disease, dementia, as well as hip replacements, knee replacements, and so forth. I have a new set of clients. I think I've had 10 sessions with them, husband and wife, and they've been exercising but they had never really progressed. They had a written routine they did a long time ago. They're seeing progression because we found some new things to do, giving them some variety, and up the ante a little bit, which they weren't doing, because a lot of people think, well, I'm giving this workout, this is what I should continue. But once your body adapts, you got to find a way to give yourself a little progression to see results.
Sure.
I always use the term, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Sure, yeah, which a lot of people are opposed to change,
Yep.
but it's the only thing that's constant in life.
That's right.
So, and then to the opposite spectrum, I know that you work with young athletes too,
Absolutely.
children athletes.
Yeah,
so.
we had 4 in there this afternoon. And our coach Ashley had them going. They were doing agility drills, lunges, squats, push-ups, rows, and flipping a tire. And,
starting them young.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And then we work on the other stuff so they don't get injuries. Rotator cuff, a lot of core work, ankle work, things, and just body awareness. Because a lot of kids just don't have body awareness.
Sure.
If you've ever seen little younger kids work out, they'll jump on an elliptical and they'll go as hard as they can, but they can't stay on it for 6 minutes at the same pace. So teaching them body awareness and how to develop the habit of health and how to enjoy just exercise for its own sake. Not just, now obviously we're working for sports, but just to enjoy it for your own sake, because it's an investment in your long-term health.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that now when people aren't taking care of themselves. People are going through a family transition. Often they put themselves on the back burner because they're just so stressed out and tired.
Yeah.
And you really have to think of fitness not as a luxury, but really as a necessity during a downtime. And it might be one of the anchors that can help you through a stressful time in your life.
Sure, and we actually had Elizabeth Stevenson was tuning in earlier and said hello. So hello,
Good.
Elizabeth.
Hey, Elizabeth.
But yeah, that's a great segue. So as we all know, the holiday season officially kicks off next week. We've probably seen Christmas decorations in the stores since I think like Labor Day weekend was the first time I saw some. But so Thanksgiving kicks off next Thursday, and most of the time when we think of the holidays, we think of time with family and friends, and that camaraderie and enjoying that time. But with that, sometimes stress comes along with that for the same reasons of being around a lot of family that maybe you don't get to see that often. The stress of maybe hosting Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Maybe not everyone in the family is on the same wavelength and gets along all the time. So, or maybe the overeating, the stress of maybe you've been on these strict nutritional goals and now you're faced with this delicious Thanksgiving dinner, and how do I balance all of this? So those are normal stressors that you come in with the holidays. And then add to that maybe some of the clients that we work with, and this might be their first Thanksgiving that they're separated from a spouse. Or maybe it's their first Thanksgiving in the holiday season where they have to split time with their child or children.
Right.
Or maybe they don't, this is going to be their first Thanksgiving without their children and they get them for Christmas or something like that. And so that just adds another level of stress. I mean, emotionally, mentally, physically, they can just trigger all these things. And so one of the last things one of the things we start to put on the back burner because of all this is that mindfulness and that self-care and the health and nutrition. So just, can you speak a little bit to that of, you don't have to, just because Thanksgiving dinner is coming up, doesn't mean you have to throw everything to the wayside or that you have to throw all physical, fitness plans out the window.
Well, I think a lot of people have the mindset, if they're not doing it perfectly, they shouldn't do it at all. Not until then. We both know most life is plan B, C, D, and E, not plan A. So when life hits you, when life is hitting you, you have to find a way to kind of work around those limiting factors.
Sure.
Work around the stressful weekend. Work around having a party. So maybe you don't get your full hour workout in, but you can still get a half hour workout in. Mm-hmm. Maybe you are going to be away from other the foods you've normally been eating. Make the best choices at that day. One of the things we tell a lot of our customers is, you have so many events, opportunities to eat some of these holiday foods. You don't have to eat them all at every sitting. Every time you go, you don't have to have a dessert. Every time you go, you don't have to have the mashed potatoes and gravy. But over the course of the season, you can have a little bit of everything and enjoy it. And then stick to your plan. I think a lot of people make the mistake. Here's one, is they undereat all day because they know they're going to a party. And then they overeat because they relax so much. So I think have a good, in my opinion, protein and veggies with some fibers early in the day. Plenty of water, eat healthy, don't starve yourself so you can go to a party and enjoy yourself. Have a plan. If it's a buffet, get your protein and veggies first, and then make a decision what you're going to do. Because often if you're eating some chicken or shrimp or turkey and some cut up vegetables and a salad, you're not going to be so hungry for the starches and the desserts. Allow yourself some, but fill up on the stuff that's important. Now, the other side is get some activity. It doesn't have to be a perfect program. Heck, walking, get those steps in. One of the strategies I do is on holidays with relatives and friends, I go for separate walks with them to get visits in. So I might end up getting 4 or 5 walks in over the course of
Sure.
a long weekend with different relatives. So I've gotten that visitation time, but I've also got my steps in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, don't think of fitness as a luxury. Look at it as a way to reduce stress. So that's the other side. And not just that, but also your sleep. Self-care is important for a lot of reasons. True or not, a lot of people going through a separation or whatever have a lot of guilt and shame. They're struggling with that. They need to take care of themselves. That's not going to help. Once you're going through it, you got to move on and find a way to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think exercise and eating healthy is one of those things. So I use a term with our clients: whatever sustains you, you sustain. So the habits that sustain you, you sustain. So if you can get to the point that eating better and exercising more sustains you, then you sustain it as a habit, and you don't have to look at it as perfect. I give a corny analogy. If you're driving to DC and you get a flat, you don't get out of the car and poke holes in the other 4 tires.
It's true.
But a lot of people do that with their fitness and nutrition. If they fall off for a day, they feel like they're done, they might as well just keep going. You know what? You fall off, just get going again.
Yeah. And I think, people look at fitness like that, and, definitely like their workout routine that, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to change this overnight, I'm going to completely overhaul my fitness routine, and then a few weeks later, they're not on it anymore.
Correct.
And they look at, and nutrition, a lot of times that happens the same way. And
Absolutely.
I know that I felt like it was like this big, nutrition especially was this big obstacle for me, because I felt like I had to quit everything that wasn't good for me out of my diet and completely overhaul everything overnight. And that's just not realistic.
Right.
But what I have found is that incorporating small changes and different things that I knew that weren't as important to me, that or maybe weren't as hard to give up, but they were still small changes.
Moving you forward.
Exactly. And those are the things that have lasted, that I'm still continuing to do today. It's excellent. And so I think it's good to remind people of that, because everything you eat at Thanksgiving or on the holidays is not unhealthy. I mean, the turkey is good for you.
You got turkey, you got
veggies that are there in different capacities. So try to focus on those things, and don't be so hard on yourself.
Absolutely. So I think that's one of the other things. We make eating a moral issue.
Yeah.
I did bad, I had dessert. You're not bad because you had dessert. Enjoy it. But prioritize your turkey and your veggies and so forth. So I think that's a great mindset, and what you said is important. One of the big changes we've done, we've always been able to give great workouts at First Mate. We've always been able to give great nutrition strategies to get people down. But a lot of them, I can give somebody a nutrition plan, they can stick to it for a week or two, but then it takes white-knuckled willpower. So what you said about changing little things and then easier things at the beginning is key. So that's probably the biggest change with Personally Fit in the last 6 years, and we really worked on behavior change coaching. Walking alongside somebody instead of just telling them what to do, helping them decide what they can change, what they want to change, and what they can be successful at, and building on those habits. And with that, we've had probably a dozen people lose 25 or more pounds. Along with that, change their biomarkers, get off their type 2 diabetes medicine, their cholesterol medicine, and just feel better, right? Because a lot of people can lose weight, but they're not getting healthier.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And what's healthy about working out 6 days a week anyway? That's not healthy. Right?
Some people would probably say differently.
Because it's fun, and I get that, but it's another addiction. What we want is balance in our life.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
A lot of people get to that 6 days a week and they're enjoying it, and that's sure a better habit than overeating or over drinking, for sure. But if we get in that habit and all of a sudden life happens, we can't work out 6 days a week. Often that makes us go in that spiral like we're a failure.
Sure.
We want our people feeling successful, whatever that is for them. Small behavior changes are huge, and they add up over time, from drinking plenty of fresh water, to eating breakfast on a regular basis, which a lot of people don't eat, to eating more fresh fruits and vegetables. Those are 3 low-hanging fruit. People say, well, I don't eat fruit. I don't like fruit. There's so many fruits, you can find something you like.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I don't like breakfast food. Then don't eat breakfast food. Eat
something else at
eat
breakfast.
Dinner's leftovers.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely. I'm not really that hungry. Make a protein shake with some powdered greens in it. Get something in you that's going to give you some nutrition. For people who are trying to, most people come to us and they are trying to diet per se, lose weight. So we give them the low-hanging fruit. And I think that's what you alluded to. Little things that you instead of a big change that they can't stick to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But the self-care issue is probably the biggest issue we run into. That's probably the hardest exercise we have to teach people, is you deserve to take care of yourself. You're worthy to take care of yourself. And it's not selfish care. It's self-care. And if you're a dad or a mom who's going through a divorce and you don't get your kids all the time, that doesn't mean you can't take care of yourself, because you want to be the best dad you can be.
Exactly.
And for your new life.
Absolutely. So with all that being said, I mean, it's kind of like a circle. Everything feeds into each other. So if you are really stressed about different, whether it's regular, life happenings or hosting the holidays or insert big changes like separation and divorce or a death or something like that. That's just another added stress. But then if you lose that self-care part, it's only going to add to that stress and the unhealthy sides of that. So all of that is just holidays and throughout the rest of the year. Please take the time to focus on yourself and take care of yourself.
You bet.
Doing something just as a small walk, not being so hard on yourself if maybe you had an extra piece of apple pie or pumpkin pie.
Correct.
And taking the time to get your sleep, because if you don't get the sleep, if you don't take the time to take care of yourself, it's just going to amplify that stress.
Sleep is one of the big things that a lot of our people aren't doing, and just like setting routines I really encourage our clients to set a routine, a sleep ritual that relaxes you. And there's a lot of them out there, from turning off your phones and the TV, lighting some candles, taking a shower, things that relax your body and get your mind to unwind.
Sure.
I think you said something that's crucial. People are hard on themselves. For whatever reason, we think we should be working 24/7. We need to learn to wind down, work hard, relax hard, rinse and repeat, and especially when we're going through a stressful time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you have any questions or are interested in getting started with Personally Fit, Chris, please tell them how they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, they can call us at our office, 919-832-8484. And you can also email us at personallyfitnc@gmail.com if you wish to get a hold of us. Our website is personallyfit.net. We have plenty of great information on there. There's also some blogs, years of blogs on there, from nutrition to stress management to release and roll to exercise programs. And then we have a great Personally Fit Facebook. It's our blue and red logo. Check it out. There's plenty of great information on there. And I also have a YouTube channel, Personally Fit Coach. I probably have 50 videos from exercise to nutrition. I think I have 12 about 20-minute videos on nutrition, and we're talking about all the other stuff instead of what you eat and how you exercise. The stress management, the stress hormones, the sleep, anticipating, planning, and strategizing, getting over the holidays. So it's all in there. There's plenty of meat there. Pick a few things you can learn from and take care of yourselves. That's so important.
Absolutely. And those YouTube videos could be really good for maybe getting in a quick little in-home bodyweight workout or something over the holidays.
Plenty of them there.
So definitely check that out. And we will share this video on our YouTube channel as well. So thank you for tuning in this evening. And if you need to get a hold of us at New Direction, you can reach out to us at our website, newdirectionfamilylaw.com, through Facebook, and through our office number as well. So thanks again. We wish everybody a healthy and happy
holiday.
Less stressful holiday. And we appreciate you tuning in. Have a good night.
That was easy and painless. You do good.